Right, there we are. Okay, we're playing as a member of one of the South Korean squadrons. We're going to be flying the KF-16-32. We're going up north on an air introduction mission. We're going to try to hit some of those troops here north of the DMZ. As you can see, our guys are have already passed the DMZ and moving up north. So we want to make sure we support their movement. We are taking a full load of Mavericks here. This lovely, just a lovely looking loadout. We don't have a huge selection of weapons here. We can actually we can pick either this for introduction to Mavericks. We have the Golf Mavericks, which I don't prefer. For our introduction of this sort, we can have the Mark 20Ds. Or we can take the Mark 82 family of bombs. We can have both the low drag and the high drag variants, and we can take 4 Mark 84. So that's pretty much what we can carry. In addition to that, we also have a targeting pod. We can pick a jammer, which is not applicable in our situation, and that's pretty much what we can carry. Now a Dash 32 is just a lot more simplified jet than the South Korean variant, but I think it's going to do the job just nicely. We also have to consider some AAA and air defense and SAM battalions over here over Wonsan. This is what we're after. If we can bag the HQ over here in this village, I will be plenty happy. This is our Steer 5, and Steer 4 is a towed gun or an artillery battalion, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is an artillery battalion. We also have a SAM here in this area, so we have to stay pretty nimble. That's not a SAM actually, that's an S60 AAA battalion. Those are towed guns. So we have to stay pretty flexible and pretty nimble in this environment. We also have an HQ reported over here in this northern village, and we have an MLS battery, which is I think more or less. Let's see if those guys are in range. Those guys are definitely in range. Actually not. They're 25 miles, which is out of range for friendly troops, but we can actually engage those if we find them, because we know those are a pretty substantial threat. Looking pretty good overall. Our guys here to the west are advancing towards Pyongyang, and remember the Chinese are moving south. We're not actually 100% sure they're moving south, but they're preparing some kind of activities, and most likely Air Force activities. They're going to be trying probably to clean this piece of airspace over here, Pyongyang, and preparing some kind of ground offensive as well. So we want to prepare for that. We want to make up as much ground as we can. So enough yapping about it. Let's get in the cockpit, start flying. Okay, there we are in the Dash 32 cockpit. It's pretty much the same prep procedure as far as I know. It's nothing too fancy. And okay, just got this very peculiar problem here where he's doing those donuts here on the runway, and he's off to somewhere. Yeah. Okay, let's try to take off as fast as we can, so we free up room for him. We have a good jet, and we're rolling. We're referencing Steer 5 initially. Okay, we're rolling. After burn is on, nozzle is good. Nose steering comes off, And we have a good speed for the pull. And we're off the ground. Gears up. Okay, our knots activate just beautifully. Tone those things down a bit. I'll switch to AWACS just for check-in. 40 miles, Ben. It's not perfect. Gotta make a 180. We gotta hook back to the north. Okay, two's up. Pretty good.
Airborne.
Okay, that's good to hear. And loading those babies up. And go ahead, switch number 3 on the uniform for the tactical calls. We're gonna peak some altitude here. And we're looking pretty good. And also for nighttime operations, we're basically going to have a better time to conduct our operations than nighttime, really, because this is where we have total advantage. Even if with ground troops you have some night observation devices, I doubt they're going to be super effective in the dark, and especially ground, especially enemy air. So unless they're vectored by GCI, I doubt they're going to be super effective in their cap roll at night. So this is where we should get things moving on, both in the air and on the ground. Let's continue the left turn here towards the north. You know, our roughly steer 4 and steer 5 is where we have some that's where they spotted some enemy troops and enemy vehicles.
True, in position.
Okay, we set standard altimeter and visual number 2. Okay, just declare these guys. So no hammocks here. Okay, it's friendly. No hammocks here. So we have to point the jet at wherever we need the target designator box to look at. We have some more jets here. It's a pair. There they are. 40 miles go. 37 miles. Go. We can go have fans. Just to get a bit more symbology here.
True, fenced in.
Okay, let's set 7.5. Actually, those were hot. Yeah, hot Falcons. Actually, no, Eagles. Yeah, those are the Eagles. Coming from the north on cab duties. Yeah. Okay, we're starting to have some glare here from the sun. It's local time is 4:10 almost. local times. We're going to start having these issues here with the night vision goggles. We're going to start having those reflection here with the low cloud layers and the fog. So yeah, we have to constantly manipulate the brightness of our night vision and the brightness of the cockpit just to make sure everything's nice and visible.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, contact is friendly.
Okay, it's a friendly contact. Let's see the picture.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, picture clear.
And there's where we actually run into this problem, because the bottom portion of the HUD where the the fog of war is. The fog of war just foggy in the distance. It's not visible the bottom portion of the HUD. So this is where we have to train our eyes good, and we have AAA nails, and Mary's up and running. We have 4 stations in total. Line all those up. Okay, so 87 miles to target. We can actually turn off the Maverick just to conserve some uptime from it. It's a much simpler jet, the Dash 32. I'm not 100% sure about the specs of it, but yeah, similar system, similar symbology. The weapons nomenclature is much narrower than the Dash 40 and the Dash 52 in the US variants. Get another picture.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit bearing 010, 50 miles, 3000.
Okay, 010, so that's north. Just about there. 50 miles, and it's not a factor for us right at this moment.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, contact is friendly.
We got some fronts. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're pretty much on the air at this point. Especially some of the air turret configurations of vehicles pretty much dominate the outdated jets, the North Koreans. There's no question about it. Now, when we actually load up with bombs and air-to-ground missiles, this is where we run into a little bit of problem as far as defending any bandits goes. Because we either have to jettison those and scrap the mission and defend, or we just have to run away, which is essentially scrapping the mission. This is one of the main efficiency considerations when fighting a campaign.
Shark 1, Sentry 5, be advised, hostiles bearing 335, 25 miles, 3000.
Okay, 335. Let's see what I actually mean. 25 miles, very low to the ground. Those were the friendlies here.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, contact is friendly.
It's a friendly. He was talking about, yeah, he was talking about something else.
Sentry 5, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit bearing 020, 40 miles, 3,000.
There we go. We have one bogey here.
11, Sentry 5, pictures multiple groups. Nearest bandit
No,
bearing
no, 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 no.
020, 40 miles, 3,000.
I'm gonna declare this guy.
Shark 11, Sentry 5, contact is a bogey.
Okay, it's bogey. Okay, it's 18,000. Actually, 18 miles. Very low to the ground, 3,000. That was the guy I was talking about. It's probably.
1, Sentry 5, be advised, hostiles bearing 335, 15 miles, 2,000.
Yeah, Kelly on him. Okay, I'm gonna delegate this target to number 2. Not gonna waste a miss on this guy. Yeah. Come on, 2. You can do it, man. Come on. Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna have to launch out him too on the rejoin. Weapons hope.
Shark 1-2, on my way. Shark 1-2, request permission to engage.
Okay, that's a negative. You had your chance to. I don't know what's up with 2 here, but
1-2, on my way.
just don't overspeed the Chad. We have a pit bull on him.
Shark 1, Sentry 5, be advised, hostiles bearing 325, 10 miles, 2,000.
And we have a splash. Down that guy, go around here. Still some way. There's still some distance from our target steer. Okay, 2 on rejoin, man. Yeah, there he is.
Shark 1-2, on my way.
So we bagged ourselves a bandit on our way ins, and that's always good. It's always a bonus. Now this guy was a singleton and probably a MiG 17-ish, 19-ish. You know, going to singleton on nighttime, going south. I don't know. I don't know what this guy was thinking, but.
Shark 1, Sentry 5, be advised, hostiles bearing 315, 1 mile, 2,000.
And very fuel. So far, it's not as fuel efficient as I would have liked it yet. Because we're already at 5.9 here, moving in, and we had our center line on. Huge drag from the Mavericks. Full low hole. We can expand those as quickly as we can, get a little bit higher for fuel efficiency. Let's get a picture again. 45 miles target. Alrighty. Yeah, so we can zero in on steer 4. Maps come back on. Let's filter out the movers first, if there are any. And there are certainly some movers here. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Ground stabilize those bad boys, and there we go. We can start using the camera now, and I can see from a distance those are definite heat signatures from the Mavericks camera. From that checkpoint to the south, so that's a north to south column. I can definitely make it out here in the distance. They're pretty hot, so they must be engines on and they must be motors. We can actually go ahead, put that dolly up into the air so 2 knows what we're up to, and we can go ahead and declare.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, contact is a bogey.
And we can do a quick flick just to recenter stuff up, and there we go. This is more than evident that there are vehicles there. I can tell those are technicals, if I'm not if I'm not mixing things up horribly. Yeah, I can tell those are technicals here. That's probably a towed artillery, right? And we have some more technicals here, and they're currently moving north. Yes, they're moving north. So I'm taking the lead vehicles here. We're gonna have a lock here on the bigger contours. It's not what I like. So we continue closing in, take the pictures so we're not caught here in surprise. We have a clear picture. Number 2 staying, well, he should be staying air to air just to provide cover and paint that airspace. Make sure I'm not jumped here. Okay, this is bad. It actually goes to the locks to the building. Then this is better. This is much better, and we're out of range, of course. We should be moving into range pretty soon. And there we go. We have a positive lock, and just reverts back to the FCR. And there we go. We are in range. We have a steady launch solution. So again, managing Mavericks manually is the way to go. Okay, that's one rifle. We go back here, try for the lead guy. Okay, lead guy's on. One more Maverick here. The guys at the back. And we're good, we're doing pretty good. Let's knock this guy out. Alrighty. Coming off south. Just gonna follow me, of course. He's painting me, so he's turning we do this quick flick, just we're not touching cursor 0, we're just doing quick flick from the dogfight mode and out of dogfight mode, just to recenter, to get the Maverick out of ground stabilized mode and to slave it to the FCR again. Now we're gonna separate a little bit from that target. We're gonna refine our aim. We're gonna switch back to the Mavericks here. We're gonna refine. We should be getting some good splashes out there in the distance. We shot from pretty much max range, but that shouldn't be a problem. And there we go. There we already have some splashes there, and it's always good. Those guys were moving north, but nevertheless they could be a threat to friendlies at some point. So right now we're keeping our altitude here, 17,000. We're trying not to stay too slow. Okay, 3,000 again, 060. That's behind us. Okay, 15 miles. We have to give those guys attention, so we don't get too horribly surprised here. 060, that's due east. We had good hits. I'm gonna relieve number 2. I'm gonna tell him to be weapons free, so we can engage ground movers while I'm keeping an air cover. These guys are low, and I'm not sure the capability of the -32 air-to-air radar. I can definitely look down. If we can get detection, that's gonna be even better. We're gonna get another picture here. Salute the radar, antenna down. It's a clear picture, so those guys are not a factor, at least not for now. Just do a quick flick, belly check. Every now and then go flare over enemy territory. It's just a good habit. We're turning back to our previous targets, and we have to refine here, undoubtedly. And there we go. See how they have actually moved. We can go ahead, Doppler beam sharpening, or at least go expand, lock one of those lead guys up, and out there. Okay, those are BMPs. There we go, buddy. Lock this guy up. Come on, come on. That's steady lock. Okay. And this guy is going south, launching him as well, and you turn off. Don't need to be greedy here. Do this quick flick so we can recenter. We can move actually we can move the FCR, and the electro-optic seeker follows accordingly. We don't need to fiddle with the Maverick too much. Just refine the aim and shoot. So this is the at this point, this stage of the campaign. This is typical introduction missions. They're either moving north, they're retreating, or they're moving south. Which is we're pretty much in both cases we're doing the same thing, and we pretty much get some tiny variations. There are tiny variations in the result we have. We either slow their progress down, or we destroy them altogether. So, okay, I want to know where number 2 is, and he's setting up his second run, which is good. We still have 6 maps to unload. So I'm not gonna search for targets. I'm gonna hit this column. They have a lot of support vehicles. They have a lot of technicals, and I could tell those guys were definitely Toad Gun Battalion. So we might bag ourselves pretty good. Pretty good target there. And there we are again, moving in. Those are the actual vehicles, and there's another BMP. So more BMP. Rifle on this guy. And one of the technicals, rifle on him as well. Those guys who are moving, let's take one of those lead vehicles, rifle. And it's pretty much all there is to it. Now we do this flick again here. It's pretty easy, very useful. Does you plenty of good. I'll take another picture. And there we go, our master here. Okay, we have a clear picture. We can actually enjoy a very rare sight. We can actually see the Mavericks hitting the targets. You can see those. These high explosive warheads just tearing. There we go. Very good textures, very good animation. Those are just tearing. Oh yeah, baby, good. They're just tearing apart, and we have some southbound movers. And what we can actually do here, because we can see the reflections actually, what we can do is switch to visor mode. We can use our night observation devices. We can turn, we can point our jet as we're pointing a pistol pretty much, and we can use our target designator here, ground stabilize, and sure enough we have some targets. And there we go, steady cross, pickle this one off, and what we have here is not a steady cross, pickle this one off. I'm coming off target.
Altitude.
Let's see how we're doing on fuel. We're not doing too great on fuel because we're 3.7. We have one more map. I'm going to pickle this guy off and RTB. We want to get to his position right away. It's not too far. I want to get another picture here.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, picture clear.
And let's see how we did on those two. Okay, yeah, pretty good. We got hits there as well. I'm gonna focus on those second guys because I know there's at least some light armor. I don't want to be hitting trucks here with Mavericks. That's certainly an overkill. I want to focus on the armor, and if we run out of armor targets, then we hit the trucks naturally. So let's see, Tourist rifling, pretty good. I'm gonna keep track of his weapons as well. Let's see how many missiles he has.
Altitude. Shark 1-2. 6 rifle.
Oh yeah.
4 radar. Fuel safe. 4-9.
Okay, I know there's something in here. Let's see. Those are definite trucks. Missed a truck. Well, I'm not gonna be too picky with this one. And that's gonna be the last rifle here. Okay, too low. I don't want this. Going right here. We're taking the picture.
Shark 1-1, Sentry 5, picture clear.
Okay, it's a good and clear picture with 3.3. We're just.
Shark 1-2, weapons on target.
Okay, pretty sweet. Okay, we join up
On my way.
and take it to RTB. I don't imagine 2 has much more fuel than me.
Hostiles bearing 355, 15 miles, 1,000.
Okay, 15 miles, but we don't have the fuel to deal with those. Nicely shallow climb here. Just to try to conserve as much fuel as we can, and we did pretty good. We did pretty good for the loadout we had. You can see those are trucks, definitely supply trucks. Not a huge threat. Because and now I'm pretty sure we contributed pretty nicely there.